All right, we're all set up, ready to go. All we have to do is establish our in-feed here. So we'll get the lathe running, get the burnishing tool. I've already, set it on center line height, and we'll run it in until it starts revolving. And ordinarily, this is a two-hand job. You restrain the ball bearing sort of in this area and wind it in until it starts turning, which is about where we are now, and then we zero out our DRO. And because it's a diameter reducing DRO, we'll in-feed about 15 thousandths of an inch, and we'll turn our coolant on. And of course, there's a little bit of pushback, so we'll wind it in just a wee bit more, and we'll correct as it comes into the part, and just engage the feed. Any minute now, there we go. And we've slipped back a couple more thou there, so there we are. We'll leave it right there, and we'll zero that out. Make sure that it doesn't rattle itself out, but so far so good. And I'll see you when that tool gets over there. All right, there we are, we're done. And you just gotta watch when you're coming up to a shoulder with this burnishing tool. You can't get right into that shoulder for obvious reasons, so just be mindful of that when you're setting up automatic stops or what have you. Let me get this carriage out of the way, we'll come back and have a look. Okay, so one pass with the burnishing tool, 350 RPM, 4 thousandths of an inch per revolution with coolant, 7.5 thou in feed that way on the radius, and a bunch of different sort of finish cuts that it drove over. They should all be very similar diameter, and hopefully it just illustrates the utility of the tool, that you don't have to get too carried away with what you're doing with your finishing cut for the tool to do its magic. So anywhere where it says, hopefully you can read that. So there's our economy brand insert is a 432, and then our premium brand insert is a 431, which is specifically meant for steel finishing. And so yes, it seems that there is a advantage to using the premium brand insert to an extent, and it also, of course, there's an advantage to running the machine at a higher spindle speed, thereby a high surface speed, and by slowing down on that feed, of course you can gloss it up, but we've got a very similar finish here with a economy brand insert at 525 RPM, which is not that much in terms of surface speed. That finish there is post burnished at least as good as the premium brand insert at nearly 700 RPM. Hard to say, but we're using a much more affordable insert, less than a third of the price. We're running at a slower spindle RPM, same feed rate, same depth of cut, and surprisingly the economy insert running at a slower spindle speed with half that feed rate really doesn't improve matters. So there's the 432 economy insert, 350 RPM, 8 thousandths of an inch per revolution. There's our surface finish post burnish, and likewise same insert, same speed, half the feed, and the finish is similar, identical, doesn't matter. So you can win a lot by keeping your feed rate up. You don't have to reduce, depending on what your course, what you're after. You don't have to reduce ridiculously to get excellent results. If it was me, for most of my work, I'd be inclined to finish with either the economy insert at 525 RPM, or perhaps my premium insert at 700 RPM, and then give it a little kiss with some red Scotch-Brite. That'll get rid of some of these residual sort of surface blemishes, but that's only one, bear in mind, that's only one pass with that burnishing tool. And you know, with a steel product, of course, what are we actually striving for? Unless it's going to get you know, plated, it's going to be either painted or coated in oil, or it'll be rusting soon enough that, you know, a shined up surface finish like that is way better than good enough for, you know, the class of work that I'm engaged in anyway. It's so hard to demonstrate on the camera what this actually looks like. You know, I don't know, running this metallic object over the finished surface, I guess you can't even hear it. You know, it's I'm extremely impressed. There's many more tests to come, and I strongly encourage you to look up Tangent Engineering, Tangent Jim on YouTube, see some of the other materials they've tested with it, and consider getting one of your own. This is less than the cost of 2 of the premium brand inserts. So don't hold back. Swing over to Jim's place there, look him up, try it out. And we just kicked that spindle up to 525 RPM, and we spent 45 seconds on here with red Scotch-Brite. I made sure that I timed it, and I went up and down the length several times. So you know, once you hit it with that Scotch-Brite, it takes those last few little blemishes out, and you can get some very, very nice results with, you know, reasonable price tooling at reasonable speeds. You know, everything's down in the that was a 350 RPM turning speed. That was a 525 RPM turning speed with the economy insert, and then one pass with the burnishing tool. Burnishing tool running at 350 RPM. You know, all nice leisurely stuff. You can run it faster if you want, but I'm not sure if it's really necessary. So there, we're back to our same 2 reference bands there, 350 and 525 RPM with the economy insert, and then just the 45 seconds of Scotch-Brite after the fact. And there's the box that the tool came in. And I would call that a very nice surface finish. I encourage you to get one for yourself, try it out. It's worth the price of admission.